EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the legendary venues in the sport. Historic Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears.
Will Riker is the kickoff for the Vikings.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Will Reichert will get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this ball.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Luther Burden, the intended target, and it's going to lead to 4th down. Punt team on, Taylor able to get it away. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now the former Demon Deacon, Damon Claiborne. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A nice run there on their first drive. Good for a quick 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. He'll get it into the hands of Damon Claiborne. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
17 yards on that connection. 1st down, Minnesota. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
On the ground, Claiborne. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. Gervon Dexter there on the tackle.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
He's got his tight end, Hawkinson.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field.
And look at this. The extra point is blocked. the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Oh, that is a duck on the kickoff. Not only doesn't it reach the landing zone, that's going to be spotted beyond the 40-yard line. Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10 up at the 42. Here's Williams. We'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. A play fake. Now Williams flush to his right. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll go play action here with Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Here's Torrey Taylor now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Taken at about the 6. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here is Claiborne. And the defense all over that one. They stop him. There is no gain. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 20-yard line.
Once again, it is Claiborne. And a nice run there. He'll get 9 yards. Mark at the 29.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
To the right side, he's got Hopkinson, his tight end. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch. A run, and here's Claiborne. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. They'll bring up 2nd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Jawan Jennings was the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down. Here is Claiborne. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job on the defense, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Returnable from the 17. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
They pitch it to Swift. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Williams to throw on second down. And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Vikings with the edge. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. On third down, it's Williams from the gun as we are ready to get back underway.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the give, it's Claiborne. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Here's McCarthy. That one pinballs around, but is incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And now it's fourth down.
In punt formation for the Vikings.
On is Hecker now. The terrific punter sends it away. Raymond going to return it. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, it's Williams. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. And this drive is over before it can start. He is swallowed up to force fourth down. Here's the punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Into space at the 45. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it with Claiborne. Finds room inside the 40. And he will score. Come on, Claiborne. Touchdown, Vikings. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Looking for the home run ball deep downfield. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. And the Vikings are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down. He's going to be knocked down hard behind the line. To stop it here, we have an injured Viking to tend to. That'll bring up 2nd and 11. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down.
And it's 3rd down.
Tough one to pick up here. 3rd down and 9. Here's a designed run.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
4th down.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. He's got the wind at his back as he's on to punt this one away. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over at 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. You're going to go right back to Claiborne. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Talk things over before 3rd down. To throw is McCarthy. This one is caught by Addison. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming.
Now 4th down.
They'll go. Here's McCarthy. That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Open man downfield is Loveland. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Bears first down.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Pressure all around him, and down he goes. Andrew Van Ginkel having a lot of success here early in the season. 2 sacks in the opener, and he's got another one here. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. He's going to run it. And a nice run there on the scramble. Pick up
Oftentimes, we see teams move on from their starting running back after one contract, but not here. One team has agreed to a new deal to keep one of the best backs in the game right where he is.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them is going to find it here as we're off in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Williams. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. He was looking for Colston Loveland. And now they face 2nd down. The Adam Brock throw was on target. Gotta help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame.
Looking for something, but the defense makes the play first, dropping him at the 27. 6 sacks a year ago, and now this is first of the season.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. To throw is Williams. He's in trouble again, and he's going to go down. 2nd time on this opening series. And it's Dallas Turner. And that's going to leave this offense facing a 4th and forever 22. Takes it in at the 26. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Now for the first time, it's a game to the rookie from Wake Forest. He's going to be hit there, and they're going to take him out of bounds after a gain of 11. That's going to be a Minnesota 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offensive confidence.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Sent to the ground by Austin Booker. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. McCarthy to throw it. And this throw is going to be incomplete. 3rd down.
And I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages. And he couldn't do it right there.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now McCarthy. Taken down finally to curtail the damage, but still 22 yards on that pickup. And that is a Vikings 1st down.
22 yards. And the Vikings 1st down.
They give to Claiborne from the pistol. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the Bears 32-yard line.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple. Didn't get all they wanted out of that last play, so now they've got 3rd and 8. Now it's McCarthy. And that one's not going to be caught. Could have extended the drive, but the defender timed it perfectly, breaks it up. That means it's 4th down.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. That force, that contact separated man from ball.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Reichert connects there. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. Early momentum with that field goal.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Williams to throw. This is Loveland working right side. Forward progress stopped. Play winds up going for about 6. That's good for the 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Deep shot off his back foot. Ooh, not a good throw there. They're going to make the interception. And the Vikings are tackled after a stellar return. Following the interception, they're going to take over at their 40. 1st and 10, offense going 3 tight ends to the left. Claiborne running to the left. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Shotgun handoff here for Claiborne. He gets forward, that's about 4 yards. Stopped by Grady Jarrett.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. There's a handoff to Claiborne. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Out quickly, it's Jefferson. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
That's called playing downhill with a capital D. These safeties, they love to see that play. And that ball caught in front of him, and he came down in a hurry and knocked it backwards.
These 2 NFC North teams have played one so far. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They start out with a 3rd and 9. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas, when you watch college game to the NFL game, that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Now on 4th down, one of the greats, Johnny Hecker, out to punt this away. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11.
Their own 11-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Williams set to pass. And the catch won't survive the contact this time. Incomplete. That was a tough-ass partner, making that play against double coverage. It's 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess. Even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. Kate, I could feel by your body language and the call that you saw exactly what I saw, and that was a big uh-oh. It's one of the nice things of having a bird's eye view on these screens. You could see it coming at the field. In the field level, you get lost, but not up here. You knew that play was doomed from the start.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get third down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Collects this at the 35. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10. On the gun to Claiborne they go. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bears is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Staying between the tackles here with Claiborne. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That might not look like a lot, but that's some veteran stuff from the rookie runner right there. That kind of gain in the NFL, that's a win. May not be in high school, you may want to hit the big play, but those singles, they turn into doubles, and they matter at this level.
And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd, it's long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
McCarthy throwing on 4th down. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely. Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Bagent looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down. I think we all knew the odds weren't great for them getting a 1st down, Brock, but they're not just going to give up the drive, walk over to the sideline. So took their shot, didn't work out.
So what you're saying is they didn't throw up the white flag, they threw up the bomb, it just didn't hit.
Exactly. He has it at the 22. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at the 46.
First and 10 now from the 46. On the handoff, Claiborne. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Now the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Here's McCarthy on 2nd. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Minnesota with a big play. 30 yards. McCarthy set 1st and 10. He's completed just half of his first 10 passes so far following that last play. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. The 50. 30. Into the red zone. And it's a house call. Pick 6. Touchdown, Chicago. That play. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
The Bears will line up for the two-point conversion.
Williams will look to throw. Has it at the 1. And the 2-point try is good. He reaches the end zone and gives them a 5-point lead. The Broncos, some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded at the 7. Making some progress here. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down.
At their own 32-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's an inside give to Claiborne. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Working on second down. Murray gets it to him on the screen. And he's going to manage 13 yards here before going down. Picks them up to first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a microwave.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Devon Dexter escorted him to the ground. Well, you tell me, Brock, sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
And he's going to wind up out of bounds on third down, so they're going to be forced to punt this away now. Another punt brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Soldier Field after this. Johnny Hecker on that a punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So that delay backs him up 5. Now 2nd and 15 to go. Now Williams. He gets it away, but almost no power behind it. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Gets everything he has under this one. That's complete inside the 35. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
That's low and bounces short of his man. Luther Burden, the guy he was looking for. So it'll be 2nd down.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
And as a catch for Luther Burden. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
3rd and just 2 to go. To throw, Williams. Firing quick, but he is still hit as he let that one go. Good work by the defender affecting that pass. It's going to bring around 4th down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Approaching the final minute here before halftime. Bajan. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on down.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards.
They're on 21-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Now here's Williams. He almost throws this away on the first snap of the drive. Put it in the harm's way. The pick is dropped, so they're going to see 2nd down. Try and get it into Colston Loveland. And now it's 2nd down. Williams from the gun. And that's incomplete. They have kept faith in him, but the drops piling up now in this game, Brock. The latest makes it 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. It is almost picked off. He had the interception, but he couldn't hang on. It will, though, still bring up 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
On fourth down, it's Williams. Buys time, rolling right. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it. Well, I've seen this happen a time or two in my NBA tenure, Brock. A guy checks in, jump ball, takes a dribble in the wrong direction, and then realizes what he's doing. That was an entirely new level.
That was a uh-oh. You know, NFL scouts will call it spatial awareness, and that was a failure of spatial awareness. Makes me want to, Kate, I wish we could have a camera right there on the helmet of that quarterback so we could all see the utter chaos. And then it's desperation. Well, and then unfortunately...